Alright, how's it going, everybody? My name is Lunakai. I just wanted to do a quick review on a figure body that I haven't seen really any content of on YouTube. But for anybody trying to make custom 1/12 scale female characters, specifically in the anime kind of space, this is a pretty good and affordable option right now that you can find on eBay as well as AliExpress. Price will range $18 to $22 depending on where you're buying it from and how much it's got to ship for or whatever. But as for the figure, you can see it right here. She does not include clothing, but for the sake of the review being on YouTube, I decided to put that clothing on there. She does have crotch detail as well as nipples. For anybody wondering, there's not any paint application or anything, but it is molded into it. So just something to bear in mind there. The underwear, though, I bought on AliExpress. But as far as the figure goes, get kind of a 360 here. Overall, I think there's a lot of good here. I particularly like the proportions of the figure, especially for anime characters. She's got very long legs and a pretty short torso. However, that does come with a downside, and that would be her overall height is she's pretty tall. If I get my measuring tape here, I can show you guys. She stands about 5 7/8 inches tall, about 1/8 of an inch shorter than 6 inches, which is proper 1/12 scale, although it is definitely tall for a good majority of female characters. So if you're using this for a custom, or you're just buying it for whatever reason you're buying it for, just do bear in mind that it is pretty tall. I have some figures here to show for comparison's sake for the scale. So right here, this is a bootleg version of the Mafex Black Spider-Man. The bootlegs are typically a little bit smaller than the genuine Mafex figures. And you can see there, he stands just a little bit taller than her. He's pretty much right on that 6-inch height mark. Another brand, I've got a Marvel Legends Deadpool here, which Marvel Legends is technically not 1/12 scale. It's definitely a little bit tall. And he's a good bit taller than her. He's about 6 1/4 inches tall to the top of his head, which works. That definitely works. As far as other anime figures go, I've got Zoro here from SH Figuarts, and he is quite tall. I think he's about where Deadpool was, about 6 1/4. He's a good bit taller than her, just a little bit, as you can see. So as far as some other SH Figuarts, she's definitely big if you're comparing to like Dragon Ball stuff. I've got Trunks here. You can see he is a little bit shorter than she is. So just do bear in mind that if you use this to make a anime character for a custom or whatever you're doing, that she is tall. She's 5 7/8 inches tall. And she's up there taller than pretty much every other female character from SH Figuarts or from Figma especially. Figmas are especially small. In the case, the application that I purchased this for, I made an Akeno Himejima custom. It's on my channel, using this body as the base. And it worked fairly well, as she is decently tall. So definitely something to keep in mind there. But I'll stop rambling about this scale. I know not everybody cares about that as much as I do. As far as like articulation goes, and the overall quality of the figure is actually pretty solid. I could tell immediately when I got it in my hands that it was a good step above in quality of plastic to some of its competitors. If you're on eBay at all, there's these Hang Toys bodies that you can find. They are quite a bit shorter, and they come with much larger bust options. I ended up using that rubber chest from that figure for my Akeno custom in combination with this body to get the desired proportions. The lean, long-legged anime girl with the huge chest. But immediately versus that Hang Toys, which is about a $12 figure on eBay, I could immediately tell that this $18 figure was immensely better in the plastics. The limbs, for the most part, outside of the hands and feet, as you just saw. But as far as like the arms and the legs, stay on her. So that's cool. And she's half rubber, half plastic. So her legs and her arms are plastic. But her upper and lower torso have a rubber overlay that is squishy, as you can see. And I think it looks quite good. For the price, I mean, you really can't complain. For the price, it's really solid, and in terms of articulation, just top to bottom, head can look up about that high and look down substantially further. You might be able to get the head to look, okay, yeah, you can get the head to look up a lot further actually. So that's pretty good. Head goes down really good. There's a lot of neck articulation I'm feeling in here underneath the upper torso rubber overlay. So I like that. Arms can go out about 90 degrees. There's a cut right here that lets you swivel the arm, and a double jointed elbow. You can see that range is pretty good. So no complaints there. As far as her torso, you can bend it very far back. You will get gapping obviously, but you can bend it very far back. And as far as crunch, you can crunch decently far forward. And that's due to the design of it being these rubber overlays for the torso allow a lot of extra movement, where normally plastic would just be running into each other. The hips are pretty good as well. Forward kick, a little bit past 90 degrees. Very good. They also go out very well. And you can see there just how long her legs are. So that will allow for pretty much perfect splits both ways, I imagine. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just filming this on my phone, so like prop up my camera. But yeah, perfect splits both ways. No complaints there. As far as the knees, they're double jointed. Really good range there. You can pretty much touch her calves to her thighs. Very good. There's also a thigh cut for swivel. And then you've got your simple ball hinge at the ankle that allows for some pretty solid up and down. And even though she's got these little teeny feet, she's actually surprisingly stable, all things considered. And you also get some accessories with the figure, which I didn't expect. You get a little plastic box, which I use for other stuff. But you also get this package of alternate feet and hands. You get some feet with sandals on them. You get a set of feet that are more arched. You get peace signs and various hand gestures and whatever. Anything you'd really want to do, she includes it. You also get a clear stand, similar to like the Mafex style stands. So I quite like that. And yeah, that pretty much does it. I'll put in here at the end of the video the Akeno Himejima custom from High School DxD that I made using this body. As for this particular body sitting in front of you today, this is the body I'll be using for Rias Gremory, also from High School DxD. I will be using this larger chest from this figure in tandem with this body, just like I did on the Akeno. And it actually worked surprisingly well. I will be making probably a slideshow video on that. As for the head on that figure, I'll be using this Rias Gremory head that I got from a non-posable statue in the 1/12 scale. So, yeah, that's enough of my blabbering. For anybody looking for any kind of content on this body, I like it. If you're a fan of, I guess if you don't mind actual plastic exposed joints like a traditional action figure, as opposed to a full like Phison body, like seamless kind of deal. This is like a semi-seamless where you've got the rubber torso for all the important parts, and then you've got the traditional plastic action figure body for the rest. But compared to like a $50, $60 Phison body, $18 to $22 for this body, it's not too bad, especially if the character you're trying to make is very tall and lean. This will work just perfectly. It's available in different skin tones, as well as different bust sizes, none of which are particularly impressive. This is actually the largest bust size that is available, which for the purpose of Rias Gremory and Akinohimajima was just not nearly where it needed to be, which is why I sought the hang toys for the upgrade. But as long as you're making a character that has a normal sized chest, then you'll probably be okay. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.